2020 జేఈఈ మెయిన్ ఫలితాలలో ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ విద్యార్థుల ప్రభంజనం. ఆల్ ఇండియా అన్ని కేటగిరీస్లు 18, 35, 251, 253, 582, 606, 778, 780, 812, 821, 1031, 1039, 1303, 1575, 1654, 1753, 1754, 1978 ర్యాంకులే కాక మరెన్నో ఉత్తమ ఫలితాలు సాధించిన విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్. ఈ ఫలితాలు సాధించడానికి కారణమైన లెక్చరర్లు మరియు తల్లిదండ్రులకు మా కృతజ్ఞతలు. ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్.
So now, good morning. So waves topic. So we discussed about reflection of the waves from free end, fixed end, and when the waves traveling from one medium to another medium, what happens? What happens to the phase difference? What are the quantities maybe changes? So all this. Now come to the topic stationary waves. So stationary wave. Generally, what is meant by the progressive wave? In the initial classes, we discussed about this progressive wave. Progressive wave in the sense when the wave starts from one position and it travels through infinite distance So that is called a progressive wave. But a stationary wave in the sense stationary or standing stationary wave, or it is also called as standing wave. So standing wave in the sense, so it does not transfer from one place to another place. That wave must be stationary, that must be at rest. Standing wave or stationary wave means the wave must be at rest. That is called stationary or standing wave. How can you define this stationary wave? Two waves of same frequency, amplitude, and wavelength traveling in opposite direction are superimposed. Then the concept of stationary waves must happen. So that means two waves of same frequency, amplitude and wavelength traveling in opposite direction are superimposed. Then the phenomenon of stationary wave must be happen. So let us say these are the two waves. This wave is traveling in this direction, positive x-axis. Another wave is traveling in this direction, negative x-axis, like this. This traveling in this direction. This wave is traveling along positive x direction and this wave is traveling along negative x-axis. If these two waves are superimposed, then what happens? If these two waves are superimposed like this, this is the situation. If these two waves are superimposed, this phenomena is called standing wave. This wave is called standing. One wave is traveling in this direction, positive x-axis. Another wave is traveling along negative x-axis. If those are superimposed, then a stationary wave is formed. This is called stationary wave. And this stationary wave does not moving from one place to another place. So that means the stationary wave exists between these two positions only. So it does not travel after this and it does not travel after this. So that means the stationary wave exists between these 2 points only. Stationary wave exists between these 2 points. That means stationary wave is fixed. That is also called as standing wave. That is, so stay at this position, does not travel forward and does not travel backward, like that. So this phenomena is called standing wave or stationary wave. So here this is one wave. Both the waves must have the same frequency, wavelength and amplitude. Both the waves must have same frequency, amplitude and wavelength. One is traveling positive x-axis, another one is traveling negative x-axis. If these two are superimposed, and this is the phenomena of standing wave. So this is the phenomena. During the phenomena of stationary waves, so some points are temporarily at rest. So these points and these points are called like this. What are these points and what are these points? So these points are temporary at rest and these points are displaced from its mean position. This is the direction of propagation of the wave, and these points temporarily at rest and these points are displaced, maximum displaced from mean position. So these points are called the points which are temporarily at rest position, those are called nodes, and these points displaced from its mean position, those points are called antinodes. So these points are called nodes and these points are called antinodes. So during the formation of the stationary wave, nodes and antinodes are formed. During the formation of the stationary wave, nodes and antinodes are formed. That is the situation here. So these points, this point is called node and this point is called antinodes. These are the points nodes, those are temporarily at rest, and these points are called antinodes. That is very important. So this is the formation of the stationary wave. So what is the equation of the stationary waves? So after forming these stationary waves, what is the wave equation? Will be like that. Let us discuss about that. So here so let us say this is one wave is traveling in this direction, its displacement y1 is equals to a sine of kx minus omega t. Let us say this wave is traveling like this, because initially starting downwards, so that's why a sine of kx minus omega t. Next another wave is traveling like this, opposite direction, then y2 can be written as a sine of kx plus omega t, negative x direction, that's why kx plus omega t. So like this. If these two waves are superimposed according to the principle of superposition, let us say y is equals to y1 plus y2. So a sine of kx minus omega t plus a sine of kx plus omega t. One wave is traveling along positive x-axis, here another wave is traveling along negative x-axis. If these two waves are superimposed, then the resultant displacement is equals to y1 plus y2. Resultant displacement is equals to y1 plus y2. What is y1? A sine of kx minus omega t plus a sine of kx plus omega t. So that is equals to a common sine of kx minus omega t plus sine of kx plus omega t. Sine a plus b, sine of a minus b. So 2 sine a cos b. Sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b, 2 sine a cos b. 2 sine kx cos omega t. 2 sine kx cos omega t. So from this y can be written as 2a sine kx cos omega t. 2a sine kx cos omega t. So from this can be written as y is equals to as cos omega t, where as is amplitude of stationary wave, amplitude of stationary wave. As is the amplitude of the stationary wave. So y is equals to 2a sin kx cos omega t, 2a sin kx cos omega t. So as, so 2a sin kx can be considered as 2a sin kx is considered as as. As in the sense amplitude of the stationary wave, total stationary wave. So let us say one wave is traveling like this, so another wave like this. This is called a stationary wave. This is called a stationary wave. So like this. So these points are temporarily at rest. These points are called nodes. So already we discussed. These are called nodes, and these points are displaced from its mean position. So these points are called antinodes. And as is the resultant displacement. Maybe the resultant displacement is this one or this one. So at this position, for example, if we consider this point, what is the displacement of this point from mean position? 0, because this point is on the propagation of the wave. That's why dot is nothing but resultant displacement is 0. This circle is nothing but resultant displacement is maximum. That means the amplitude of the stationary wave varies from 0 to maximum. If the amplitude of the resultant wave is 0, that point is called node. If the amplitude of the resultant wave is maximum, that point is called antinode. If the resultant of the stationary wave, that means the resultant of the two waves, amplitude of the resultant of the two waves is 0, that position is called node, and it is maximum, that position is called antinode. So where as, this as is cos omega t, y equals to as cos omega t, as is the amplitude. That amplitude varies from 0 to maximum. When it is 0, if the resultant amplitude of the wave is 0, that point is called node. If the resultant amplitude of the wave is maximum, that is called antinode. So nodes and antinodes. So during the formation of the stationary waves, nodes and antinodes are formed. Nodes and antinodes are formed. So this is the situation. So this y is equals to a cos omega t. That is the generally y is equals to a sin omega t. What is this equation related to? Y equals to a sin omega t relation related to only simple harmonic motion. Wave equation related as y is equals to a sin of omega t minus kx. Wave equation related as a sin of omega t minus kx, or kx minus omega t, or omega t plus kx, anyone. Here y equals to a sin of omega t minus kx, but here it is as cos omega t. Y is equals to as cos omega t. So that is the displacement equation. Y equals to as cos omega t, displacement equation of the stationary wave, and this equation represents only simple harmonic motion. So that means the motion of the particle confined to this position, it does not exceeds from this position. So that means that's why this is called the stationary wave. This is not the wave equation. So this is the stationary wave equation, but it is not the equation of the progressive wave. This is not the equation of the progressive wave. So progressive wave equation is this one, a sin of omega t minus kx, and this is the equation of simple harmonic wave. Simple harmonic wave. That means the particle confined to one segment only, like that. So this is the formation of the stationary wave. Two equations, y equals to a sin of kx minus omega t, a sin of kx plus omega t. If these two waves are superimposed, resultant displacement is equals to y1 plus y2. a sin of kx minus omega t plus a sin of kx plus omega t like this. Sin of a plus b plus sin of a minus b, 2 sin a cos b. So during the formation of the stationary wave, what we can observe? Nodes and antinodes, that is important. What are the nodes and what are the antinodes? Let us discuss now. Formation of the nodes and antinodes. First, formation of nodes. What is meant by the node? Node is the position where the resultant displacement is, or the resultant amplitude, where the resultant amplitude is 0. Node is the position where the resultant amplitude is 0, that is called node. So that means from equation y is equals to as cos omega t, what is the resultant displacement? As, that is resultant amplitude. As is the resultant amplitude of the stationary wave. So that means we get it as as equal to 0. Resultant displacement is resultant amplitude is 0, that's why as equals to 0. What is as value? 2a sin kx is equals to 0. What is as value? 2a sin kx. So from this, sin kx is equals to 0 by 2a, that means sin kx is equals to 0. So because sin 0 is 0 by something is 0. So sin kx is equals to 0 can be written as, I am writing sin n pi. Sin n pi is 0. N is equals to 0, sin 0 0. N equals to 1. If n equals to 1, sin 180 0. If n equals to 2, sin 360 0, like that. So from this we can write, applying sin inverse on both sides, sin inverse of sin kx, that means kx is equals to n pi. Applying sin inverse on both sides, we can get kx equals to n pi. K value is 2 pi by lambda into x is equals to n pi. K value is 2 pi by lambda, we know that. Here pi gets cancelled. So from this, x is equals to n lambda by 2. X is equals to n lambda by 2, where n is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. N equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the formation of the nodes. So node is the position where the resultant amplitude of the wave is 0. Resultant amplitude of the wave is 0. That is y equals to as cos omega t. As is resultant amplitude, that is 0. So here, if n is equals to 0, then x0 is equals to 0. If n is equals to 1, then x1 is equals to lambda by 2. N is equals to 2, x2 is equals to 2 lambda by 2. N is equals to 3, x3 is equals to 3 lambda by 2 and so on. So the difference between any two, so that means let us say x1 minus x0, that is lambda by 2 minus 0, that is equals to lambda by 2. x2 minus x1, so 2 lambda by 2 minus lambda by 2, that is equals to lambda by 2. x3 minus x2, so 3 lambda by 2 minus 2 lambda by 2, that is equals to lambda by 2. So based on this, what we can write? The distance between any two successive nodes is lambda by 2. The distance between any two successive nodes is lambda by 2. See here, we got x equals to n lambda by 2. This is the position of the nodes. What is the value of n? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. If n equals to 0, x0, n equals to 1, x1, n equals to 2, x2, n equals to 3, x3 like that. So that is x1 minus x0 lambda by 2, x2 minus x1 lambda by 2, x3 minus x2 lambda by 2. So that means the distance between any two successive nodes is lambda by 2, lambda by 2. So this is the situation. So this is the formation of the nodes. Nodes means nodes are the points where the resultant amplitude is 0. Next, formation of antinodes. Formation of antinodes. Antinodes means antinode is the position where the resultant amplitude is maximum. Antinode is the position where the resultant amplitude is maximum. Antinode is the position where the resultant amplitude is maximum. What is the maximum resultant amplitude? Like this. Like this. This is the stationary wave. One wave is traveling in this direction, another wave is traveling in this direction. We can observe this. So this horizontal line is the mean position. What is the maximum displacement? Amplitude, and this is also amplitude. This is amplitude and this is also amplitude. Amplitude. What is the maximum possible displacement from mean position? Resultant amplitude is maximum. This is A and this is A. What is the total amplitude? 2A. Resultant amplitude is maximum. That means AS is equals to 2A. Antinode is the position where the resultant amplitude is maximum. That is AS is equals to 2A. Because why it is 2A? This is A and this is A. That's why. So total resultant amplitude is 2A. So this is 2A sin kx is equals to 2A. Because these positions are called antinodes and these positions are called nodes. Remember that. So 2A gets cancelled. Sin kx is equals to 1. So that means when the sin kx value is 1, for what values of sin theta, sin theta equals to 1, 90 degrees. So in that situation I am writing it as sin kx is equals to sin of 2n minus 1 into pi by 2, where n is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on like this. Sin kx is equals to sin of 2n minus 1 into pi by 2. For example, if n equals to 1, 2 minus 1, 1, that is sin pi by 2, 1. Sin n is equals to 2, 2 2s are 4 minus 1, 3, sin 3 pi by 2, 1, like that. Either plus 1 or minus 1, whatever it is, maximum value. So therefore, from this kx can be written as 2n minus 1 into pi by 2. Kx can be written as 2n minus 1 into pi by 2. So here k can be written as again 2 pi by lambda into x, that is equals to 2n minus 1 into pi by 2. Pi gets cancelled. X can be written as 2n minus 1 into lambda by 4. So this is the value of x, 2n minus 1 into lambda by 4. So that is the situation, that is the position of antinode. So substitute the values of n and we can get the values of this one. So this is first formation of antinodes. What is the antinode? Where the resultant amplitude is maximum. What is the maximum possible amplitude? Maximum possible amplitude, this is A and this is A. Total is 2A. That is the maximum possible and resultant amplitude. So here first substitute. If n is equals to 1, x1 can be written as n equals to 0. My negative is not possible here. So n is equals to 1. So 2 minus 1 lambda by 4, x1 can be written as lambda by 4. If n is equals to 2, x2 can be written as 4 minus 1, 3 lambda by 4. If n is equals to 3, x3 is equals to 2 3s are 6 minus 1, 5 lambda by 4 and so on. The difference here, let us do x2 minus x1, 3 lambda by 4 minus lambda by 4. So that is 2 lambda by 4, that is equals to lambda by 2. And x3 minus x2, 5 lambda by 4 minus 3 lambda by 4, 4 else and 2 lambda by 4, that is equals to lambda by 2. So that means the distance between any successive antinodes is lambda by 2. The distance between any two successive antinodes is lambda by 2. Successive nodes is also lambda by 2. Antinodes also lambda by 2. So this is the formation of the nodes and antinodes. Formation of nodes and antinodes. See here. So this is the process of the stationary wave. Next, so here stationary wave. Let's draw this stationary wave. Amplitudes must be same, two waves of equal amplitudes. This like this, approximately all are same. So what is this point? Node. That point is node, and this point is also node, and this point is antinodes, and these points are called antinodes. The distance between two nodes is lambda by 2. The distance between two nodes is lambda by 2, and the distance between two antinodes is also lambda by 2. The distance between two antinodes is also lambda. This is lambda by 2 and this is also lambda by 2. So from this we can write the distance between node and antinode, distance between successive distance between successive node and anti-node is lambda by 4. So that means this is lambda by 2 and this is lambda by 2. The distance between this is the node and this is the anti-node. So the distance is lambda by 4 and this distance is also lambda by 4, like that. So the distance between successive nodes and anti-nodes is lambda by 4. So this is the formation of the nodes and anti-nodes. And what are the properties of this stationary wave? So see here, so the stationary wave, let us say this is the stationary wave. So just I am drawing like this. This is the stationary wave. Last di channaga unnattundi. Stationary wave. ఒకటి పెద్దది ఇక్కడ చిన్నది షిట్. Like this. Of course, you can draw better way. So this is the stationary wave, and the stationary wave divides the string into number of segments or loops. See here, this is one loop, this is one loop, and this is one loop. Next, this is one loop, and this is one loop, and this is one loop, like this. So stationary wave splits the string into number of loops or segments. Loops are segments. So each segment consists of two nodes, one antinode. Of course, this is one antinode, this is one antinode, not like this. This total is one antinode. So this is the total combination is one antinode, and this is one node, and this is one node. That is, each and every segment must consist of two nodes and one antinode. Two nodes and one antinode. That is important. See here. So this is the situation. So stationary wave splits string or splits the string, okay, into segments. Stationary wave splits the string or medium, whatever it is. The wave travels through the medium, that is, splits the string into segments. Each segment consists of two nodes and one antinode. Each segment consists of two nodes and one antinode. So here one more point is, all the particles in the one segment must vibrating with same amplitude. Of course, this is also same amplitude. All the particles of the segment vibrating with same phase, but when compared to the adjacent one, there exists a phase difference between these particles and these particles. There exists a phase difference of pi radians between two successive segments. The particles in this segment vibrates with certain amplitude, that means with the time period, and here also the particles vibrating with different that means the phase difference between these two is called, the phase difference between these two segments is pi radians. So the phase difference between the particles in two adjacent segments is pi radians. So all the particles are in this segment vibrates with same phase, and all the particles in this segment vibrates with same phase, all the particles in this segment also vibrates. So for a given segment all the particles vibrates with same phase, but when compared to the adjacent segment, when compared to the adjacent one, there exists a phase difference, that is pi radians. If all the particles are in this section, in this segment, and when compared to this one, the particles in this segment are vibrating in opposite direction when compared to this one. That's why the phase difference is pi radians. If the particles of these particles in this segment vibrates in one direction, when compared to adjacent one, the particles in this segment vibrates in opposite direction when compared to the first one. First one, second one. When we compare the second one with respect to first one, the particles in the second segment vibrates opposite to the direction of the particles in first segment. So that's why the phase difference is pi radians. Phase difference is pi radians. Next, all the energy confined to the one segment remains constant. Energy does not transport it from one segment to another segment because these are the points are temporarily at rest. Nodes are the points temporarily at rest, so that the energy does not transport from one segment to another segment. That means in case of stationary waves, energy does not transfer from one place to another place. The total energy of one segment remains constant. So when it is at extreme position, the energy must be in the form of potential. When it is at mean position, the energy is in the form of kinetic energy, because in case of oscillatory motion, the maximum energy at mean position is kinetic energy, maximum energy at extreme position is potential energy. So that's why for a given loop, the total energy remains constant, that varies from potential energy to kinetic energy, where the kinetic energy exists at mean position, where the potential energy exists at extreme position, like that. So total energy of the loop remains, for one segment total energy remains constant. So because of nodes are temporarily at rest, the total energy of the one segment remains constant. Energy does not transfer. Next, so generally this is the ideal situation. But in certain situations, nodes or the points are not permanently at rest. So there exists a small displacement from these positions. So that's why AI minus AR divided by AI plus AR, ratio of amplitudes. AI in the sense incident ray, R is reflected, like this. So due to this difference, the energy transferred from one place to another place. Due to this difference, there exists a difference in amplitudes in the incident and reflected rays. Due to this difference, energy transferred in the form of stationary waves, but actually the nodes are the points temporarily at rest. So energy does not transfer in case of ideal stationary wave, but ideal conditions does not exist. So that's why nodes slightly displaced from their positions. Due to that, certain amount of energy must be transferred from one end to other, one place to another place. So that is AI minus AR by AI plus AR. What is AI? Incident ray. What is AR? Amplitude of the reflected wave. AI is the amplitude of the incident and AR is the amplitude of the reflected wave. So this is the situation. These are the properties of the stationary wave. This is the concepts about stationary wave. Now we discussed about stationary wave. We have two types of waves. What are those? Transverse and longitudinal waves. Now we can discuss in detail with those, about those. So stationary wave means during the formation of the stationary wave, what happened? So nodes and antinodes are formed. Nodes are the points are temporarily at rest. Antinodes are the points displaced from their mean position. So the distance between two successive nodes is lambda by 2, successive antinodes is also lambda by 2. So that is important, we must remember.